Hey everyone, and welcome back. So doing a news video today because we have a lot of announcements from a couple different companies of all of their, well, not all, but I think most of their November titles. And I did just get out of the shower before I recorded this video, so I think my hair is a little bit more slick than it normally is. It hasn't completely dried yet. Not that that has anything to do with anything. So let's jump right into it. So first up, Vestron has announced their their next release, which is coming November 14th. And that is the movie Blue Steel, the Catherine Bigelow film starring Jamie Lee Curtis. Another interesting title for the Vestron line. Early they started off mainly doing horror, and then they sort of ventured off a little bit, even though it does still fall under sort of, I think, early Vestron titles. But I think even now it's just sort of gone more until, definitely sort of films with a following. And actually, I don't think this one has even gotten like a proper release in a very long time, and it does come with a nice assortment of extras, including audio commentary with film historian Alexandra Heller-Nicholas, a hired gun with editor Lee Percy, The Phallic Woman Deconstructing Blue Steel with film historian Professor Jennifer Moorman, Staring Down the Barrel with production designer Toby Corbett, A Profound Emotional Response, a video essay by film historian Chris O'Neill, the theatrical trailer, TV spots, a vintage promo, as well as a still gallery. So again, it's nice to see that the Vestron line is indeed live, well, and kicking. Kind of a shame we're not getting anything from them as far as like October goes, but of course last year, because I had to actually go and double check the release date, but last year, of course, last December, we got the Silent Night, Deadly Night sequels. So I'm hoping we'll get one more, at least horror-themed release from them before the end of the year. It does retail for $21.99, but honestly, as most of the Vestron titles before release, they do tend to drop, so chances are it'll be more like, like $12.99 to $13.99 by release. And next up, we got a couple of new titles coming from Severin due out in November, although they're hoping to maybe start shipping out some pre-orders out by late October if they can. So an interesting selection. So we got 2 4K releases and 1 double feature Blu-ray. So first up is a 4K release of the movie Count Dracula, starring Christopher Lee and Klaus Kinski. And this one's pretty special because, as it says here, in early 2023, a Madrid film archivist, whichever, made a startling discovery: the uncut camera negative of Count Dracula in pristine condition and untouched for over 50 years. So that is cool. So in many ways, this film is sort of you're going to be able to see it almost, for the first time in this way, definitely in sort of a nice, clean way. And it is going to be a 4-disc set. So the first disc is obviously going to be the 4K disc with the new transfer on it. It have both English mono as well as Spanish mono. And the 4K disc will have a commentary track on it with horror historian David Del Valle and actress Maria Ram, as well as the trailer. Disc 2 and 3 are both Blu-rays. Now, so Disc 2 will have the movie on it, as well as the commentary track and the rest, and as well as a bunch of extras on it. Which you can see here, it's got some nice interviews with several different people, including the trailer. And then Disc 3, which is also Blu-ray, has the rest of the special features, including Dracula Barcelona 2017 90-minute documentary, as well as a couple other interviews and alternate title sequence. And then Disc 4 is the original soundtrack CD, which, I always love when they include a CD on any release, as a big soundtrack collector. And what's cool about this release is that obviously the 4K disc is region-free, but the Blu-rays themselves will also be region-free. Retails for $69.95, is up for pre-order right now at the Severin website for $50. And the next release from Severin, which is a Blu-ray only, but it's looks like a documentary double feature, but seems to go hand in hand with the Count Dracula release. Let's see if I can pronounce this okay. So it is Vampire Quadecook. I'm not saying that right, am I? As well as Umbracle, maybe? Maybe I'm close on that one? I don't know. The 2 documentaries from Pere Portabella. I think I'm close on that one. I'm not sure about the first name or not. I hope I'm close. But I believe they were made around the same time, and they do have interviews with people like Christopher Lee, Herbert Lom, Soledad Miranda, and both have been scanned in HD from Portabella's own vault elements for the first time ever in America. And what's cool is that even though this is a Blu-ray release, it will indeed be region-free. Retails for $29.95, is up for pre-order right now for $24. And the third title from Severin, which is definitely the one I'm most excited about, is the first one in their new remastering of some of these Italian films, and that is indeed a new 4K release of Zombie Holocaust, aka Dr. Butcher MD. And for those of you who don't know, Zombie Holocaust is the original Italian title, with Dr. Butcher MD was the sort of re-edited US release version of it. And it's a 4-disc set, so it has 2 4K discs as well as 2 Blu-ray discs. And basically what it has is, well, let's just dive right into it. So first up, both cuts of the film have been now scanned in 4K from original vault elements. Now, I don't know what the elements are. I don't believe it says here, but obviously if it's going to 4K release, they have to be at least in decent condition. So disc 1 is going to be a 4K release of the Dr. Butcher MD cut. And they'll also have a theatrical trailer, a video release trailer, as well as a TV spot. And then disc 2 will also be a 4K disc of the Zombie Holocaust cut. And that'll just have a trailer on it, and then disc 3 will be Blu-ray of Dr. Butcher MD, which will obviously have the film on it, as well as a bunch of special features. And I believe these special features are ported over from their previous Blu-ray release from several years ago, which you can see right here. It's got a ton of stuff on it. I'm not going to go through all of it. I'm just kind of, as you can, hopefully I'm having it up on the screen long enough where you can see there's a lot of great stuff here, especially some of the stuff that goes through like some of the 42nd Street memories from back in the day. I'm always fascinated by that. And then disc 4, which is the Blu-ray then of Zombie Holocaust, so it'll have that film on it, as well as a bunch of interviews as well, as you can see here, including one with Ian McCulloch, and several more, and even New York filming locations from 1980 and 2015, being 4K in Dolby Vision. So Dr. Butcher MD will be English mono, while Zombie Holocaust will have the English mono, as well as the original Italian mono. So you got a couple audio options, and just like the other ones, the included Blu-rays, obviously the 4K is region-free, and the included Blu-rays will be region-free as well. And this also includes the Dr. Butcher MD barf bag, which I think their old Blu-ray also came with that, so I'm glad that they're also including that in this one as well. Nice fun little bonus. And just like Count Dracula, it does retail for $69.95, up for pre-order right now for $50. You can also get this Dr. Butcher MD t-shirt for $28. And in true Severin fashion, they do have a couple bundles to choose from. So one, you can get the Lee and España bundle, which will have the Count Dracula film as long as with the Blu-ray, the 2 documentaries. That's for $67. And then you can get one of the Medical Deviant bundle for $63, which will have Dr. Butcher MD as well as a t-shirt. So if you're looking to get both, you'd save money on that. And then you have the October 23, only the discs bundle, where you get all 3 releases in one for $112, or the Bloodlust and Butchery bundle for $130, where you get all 3 releases and the t-shirt as well. So you definitely have a couple options depending on what you want to do. I'm really excited to get Dr. Butcher MD in 4K. That should be quite something. And excited for their upcoming other ones that they're, I don't know if any of them are coming out this year or for next year, but I know they're doing like House on the Edge of the Park, Burial Ground, and I know there's, I think there's couple other ones that I'm blanking on at the moment. But yeah, definitely a lot to look forward to. And Vinegar Syndrome has announced their November titles, which you can do their pre-order. They're doing that like they do every year. You know, you can kind of get a sort of early pre-order in. Now it's this weekend only, so that will stop at the end of this coming Sunday night. And then you won't be able to order them again until Black Friday, Thanksgiving weekend here in the States, Black Friday in November. The only nice thing about getting them now, if you do plan on getting them, is of course you can just lock in your order now, and also you can get them a little bit cheaper than if you wait until then. So not too many details, so it's mainly just kind of going through the titles, but let's kind of go through them real quick. So first up, on Blu-ray is the movie Fatal Games finally getting a release, restored from best known film elements. That's all I know, so I don't know what that means. But obviously a lot of this stuff is still in the works, and the nice thing is that it is going to be a region-free Blu-ray. It is up for pre-order right now on its own for $29.99. Next up is a Blu-ray box set called Vinegar Syndrome's Lost Picture Show box set. It's got 10 films in it, and as far as I can tell, I think this thing is region-free, which is good. Now, they did release at least all the films, I believe, so let's take a look here. The Las Vegas Strangler, aka No Tears for the Damned, Beware the Black Widow, Deep Inside, Violated, Barbara, Red Midnight, The Last of the American Hobos, What's Love, The Sex Serum of Dr. Blake, which says here is the original cut of Voodoo Heartbeat, as well as The Rare Blue Apes of Cannibal Island, aka The Pirates of Cannibal Isle. Retails for $119.98, up for pre-order right now for $74.99. And the next two are 4K releases. So first up is, which we knew this was coming, they did announce this early, but it's the 4K release of Prophecy 1, 2, and 3. So it's a set with all three in 4K. Have new transfers on all three films. Now, the included Blu-rays in this set, though, will be Region A locked. So just as a heads up on that. Obviously, 4K is region free. Blu-rays will be Region A locked, so I did want to mention that. Retails for $99.98, up for pre-order now for $62.99. Is that what that says? Yeah. And then finally, as they do twice a year, there's a new one in their Vinegar Syndrome Ultra line. Those are the ones that sort of have that special packaging and stuff. And those are usually a little bit more mainstream. Like, they're still cult films, but they're more mainstream films. So, for example, last year for Black Friday, they did Roadhouse. And then back in May, they did Showgirls. So for this release, this one actually goes in line more so with one of their earlier releases, which was Cloak and Dagger. And this time, it is the film Daryl getting a 4K release. Has a brand new 4K restoration the Vinegar Syndrome did do themselves, and it is going to be, again, in that sort of deluxe packaging that they've done before with, you know, the outer box and has a magnet, you open it up and all that kind of stuff. Now, details won't be released till probably November, but they did say that there will at least have a brand new feature-length documentary on the making of the film. So that will be cool, and it's a 2-disc set, so I'll have the 4K disc as well as the included Blu-ray. Now, the included Blu-ray will be Region A locked, though, so definitely a heads up on that. Retails for $64.98, up for pre-order right now for $39.99. And for those of you subscribers like me, this is the only title that we are not getting. Any, you know, the VSU titles we do not get. But you can't get it for half off, so there is that at least. And of course, there are two secret titles that you can also pre-order on their own, or you can get it with a bundle that you can get all the stuff with. So one of the secret titles will be a 4K release, and the other one will be a Blu-ray release. Now, all we know at this point is what they said on the website, which is, as we've hopefully demonstrated in the past, we often save the weirdest and wildest and most unexpected films as surprises, and this upcoming duo will be no different, including the world 4K UHD debut of a slimy epic from one of the greatest genre filmmakers to ever live, along with another never-on-disc treasure that will surely satiate those craving squirm-inducing carnage. So if you just want the two surprise titles, it's the retails, let's see. Well, basically, it's on pre-order for $69.99. Or if you want to basically pre-order everything that they've announced, it's up for pre-order for $274.99, but you're getting all of those titles. And again, this is the pre-order for Black Friday. I mean, these titles will be up again for order in November during the Black Friday sale. This is just your chance if you want to lock in an order and just, you know, want to get it like a little bit cheaper now than then. And again, this pre-order sale does end Sunday night. And then finally, I wanted to end on this one coming November 28th from Kino. We knew it was coming, but we finally have the full announcement, and that is indeed a 4K release of the Monster Squad. And this thing is just packed with stuff. So first off, it does have a new 4K transfer from the original camera negative. Will be in HDR and Dolby Vision, and it looks like it has both the original 2.0 stereo track as well as a 5.1 surround track. And as far as I can tell, it is porting over all of the extras that we got before and a lot of new stuff here. So I don't know what's new and what isn't. So anyway, on the 4K disc, which obviously has the film, has a commentary track with Fred Decker and cinematographer Bradford May, as well as another commentary track with director Fred Decker and actors Andre Gower, Ryan Lambert, and Ashley Bank. And it has two included Blu-rays. So the first Blu-ray, which will also have the film on it, as well as the two commentary tracks. Plus it also has Monster Squad Forever, 5-part documentary, which runs 79 minutes, a conversation with Frankenstein, archival piece with Tom Noonan, deleted scenes, an animated storyboard sequence, still gallery, theatrical trailer, and TV spots. And it's got a third Blu-ray, which has the Wolfman's Got Nards documentary on it, which is very cool. So this thing is just jam-packed. Now, just as a heads up, I assume it's Kino, so most likely the Blu-rays will be Region A locked. There will also be a separate Blu-ray release if you just want a Blu-ray with the 2 discs. But again, I assume there's going to be Region A locked. Luckily, again, at least the 4K disc will be region free. But so happy that this is finally coming out. They have an announcement, and obviously this thing is just jam-packed. So again, that is coming November 28th. Sometimes for Kino stuff, I wait and I'll like get it during a sale or something. But this is definitely one I wanted to get in right away, even if it ends up costing me a little bit more, I don't care. I really want to get this right away. And I'm pretty sure it's up for pre-order on Amazon. So if it is, I'll leave a link to that below if you want to get it. Obviously, it'll get cheaper once we get closer to release date. I think it's still in retail price at the moment, which I believe is $49.95. So I'm sure it'll be much closer to probably $30 by the time we get to release date. So I can't wait to get that one. So I believe that's pretty much everything, at least for now. It's obviously a lot here to kind of go through. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll try and answer them as best I can. Definitely let me know your thoughts on these announcements. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.